Hello friends, I'd love to introduce you to one of my favorite poi tricks of all time. This is a pendulum. It can happen with our arm extended, it can happen with our arm in one spot, it can happen buried inside of another move. It's one of my very favorite poi tricks of all time, and today I want to talk to you about why I think we underestimate this move and give you some ideas for how it can help you out. Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain, and today we're diving into the magical world of pendulums. Let's hit it up together. But first up, I want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, and Ultra Poi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links down in the description of this video. And special thanks to the non-business friend of the channel, Becca Bekkonen. Thank you so very much for supporting my channel, my work, and my mission. Alright, so pendulums. Needs to be said, when I first started off in the poi world, these were kind of considered to be something along the lines of the buzzsaw, where it was like, yeah, you know, that exists, but it's so simple, why would anybody bother playing around with it? It wasn't until I'd been spinning for nearly a year that I finally found an application that people agreed was cool enough to actually spend your time on, namely the 1.5, or as we called them back then, the 1.5. But I'll be real with you all, as I have grown as a teacher and my experience as a poi spinner has broadened, I really think that we're underestimating the utility of these pendulums. So I want to guide you through several different patterns that I've found over the years that involve the use of pendulums that I think are great for challenging people at a variety of different levels, from beginner all the way up to intermediate and advanced. And maybe in the process, we'll find a pattern that is perfectly suited to you. So first up, I want to talk about this pattern right here, which looks simple enough, and this is actually a pattern that I now give each and every beginner that comes and takes lessons with me. This is just performing what we would call extendulums, that is, these big pendulums wherein we are moving our hands around in these massive circles in front of us as though we're performing either extensions or flowers, but instead we are performing our pendulums as we go back and forth, and of course we can reverse direction on the pendulums if we so choose. Now, what I like about this is it gets beginners on the right page sooner rather than later in terms of taking momentum away from the poi. Of course, one of those things that happens early on in our flow journeys is we're in this place where we get locked into spinning the poi at a regular interval and we don't really have conscious control over it. When we eventually have to learn how to do things like, say, stalls or flowers or the like, we're still kind of locked in that place where we don't really have conscious control over how much energy we're putting into the poi. I think that when you start off performing pendulums, it begins to lay down the groundwork of how much or how little energy you put into the poi in order to make them move around in the way that you want to. It also helps that this is a great exercise for learning how to switch the direction of the poi when you want to, going around counterclockwise or going around clockwise, depending upon which side of this pattern you want to have the poi lose their energy completely on and then switch back the opposite way. So if you're just starting off, this is one of those exercises that is going to be hugely helpful to you for many years down the line. And if you have taken poi lessons from me in any form in the past year, I guarantee you have had to learn this exercise at some point. This is just a simple exercise for switching back and forth between different timing and direction modes, and specifically for going back and forth between together same as well as together opposite in wall plane here. It's also a great exercise for getting down independence between the two hands as you're performing these pendulums. So I usually like to have people start off just performing a butterfly, and if you don't know how to perform your butterflies just yet, I will go ahead and include a link to a tutorial on how to do them down in the description as well as up in the cards. But as you're doing the butterfly, you want to try and do a pendulum outward with your right hand poi and then let it fall back into spinning clockwise. along with the left hand so that they're both spinning clockwise in together same in wall plane. You can then practice doing an additional pendulum with the right hand poi underneath the left and come back around in that butterfly once again. We want to learn the same exercise with the left hand, doing a pendulum out and then coming around counterclockwise and then doing a pendulum under the right hand and coming back around in a butterfly. So we want to have the ability to do a pendulum out with the right and a pendulum under with the right, as well as the capacity to do a pendulum out with the left and then back under with the left as we go back and forth here. If you're just starting off and this feels kind of weird, it does tend to have that effect on people. Best way I can tell you to get this down is honestly to let the hand that's going to do the pendulum just kind of stop and really focus on keeping the other hand going. From there, you can think about where's that other hand going to come back in order to get to the part of the pattern that you want to arrive at. So again, you can do this both when the right hand goes out as well as it goes in. You want to focus on keeping the left hand spinning. And then you can do the same thing with the left hand, letting it go out, pause for a second to keep the right hand spinning, and then let it come back around and stop going underneath, and then bring it back around in a butterfly. Ultimately, the presentation of this exercise that I prefer, though, is switching off which hand does the pendulum each time. So from butterfly, we do a pendulum out with the right, come around clockwise, pendulum out with the left, come around in a reverse butterfly, do a pendulum under with the right to come around counterclockwise, and we do another pendulum under with the left to come back to a butterfly. That is right, left, left, or you can think of it as butterfly, clockwise, reverse butterfly, counterclockwise, and back to butterfly. This is one of those exercises that if you get it in early in your flow journey, you're going to find that you have so much control when it comes to timing and direction very early on. So it's highly useful and I would highly recommend you pick it up. And next up, I would be remiss with any list of exercises involving pendulums if I did not include that 1.5 that was so essential to my own flow journey when it came to pendulums. 1.5s are so called because we think of them as being a 1.5 beat weave. Based on performing a 3-beat weave, you bring whichever hand is on the native side up above the other hand and into a pendulum to essentially pull out of one of the beats of a weave and thus leave you with 1.5 beats of the weave, even though technically it is still 3 down beats, but I'm not going to get you that deep into the theory here. It's also just a really lovely pattern that allows you to seamlessly move back and forth between your 3-beat weaves, as well as some things that will become more important later on down the road, like say a split time opposites in spin flower. Of course, to do this, you're looking to work in such a way that you have your right hand spinning clockwise relative to you over next to your left hip while your left hand kind of hangs above it. And as that left hand swings the poi out in front of you, you bring both poi to a stop, and then you switch over to having your left poi spin at your right hip while your right hand performs a pendulum above it. And as they both go out in front of you, boom, you let them both come to a drop. So you can think of this as doing the pendulum once, twice, 3 times, and then you switch sides. Once, twice, 3 times to switch sides, and then you go down to just 1, 2 to switch sides, 1, 2 to switch sides, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. The key here being, make sure that whichever hand is reaching across your body to spin the poi is staying down next to your hips, and the hand that is performing the pendulum has to come up above your shoulders. Not only does that create a much cleaner shape as you're going through it, but also it creates that nice little moment where it looks like the poi heads are coming together to kiss on either side. All right, so doubtlessly there are some of you out there that are jonesing for some more complex patterns, so I'll give you a version of a butterfly 1.5 that utilizes some behind the head action here. Now note, this is really the same thing as when we're performing a butterfly 1.5 in front of us here, and specifically my hands are moving in a split opposites butterfly. I would call this a reverse split opposites butterfly because my right hand is going around clockwise and my left hand is going around counterclockwise. And I am going ahead and having whichever hand in poi are going across the bottom perform a beat, whereas the hand that's going over top is just performing a pendulum. Now, in order to really make this shine, you can go ahead and take that hand that is reaching over and kind of drape the poi behind your head like so. So it's kind of traveling from in front of you to drop back behind your head. You're kind of reaching your arm around in like a U shape so that your hand can drop the poi back behind your head. And the resulting shape looks like this. It's a nice little tweak that you can add to your butterfly 1.5s to give them a little bit of extra visual flair and almost bring them into body tracer territory here. And if you like that, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. All right, so this next one is a personal favorite, and it involves taking the basic knowledge behind a Triquetra versus pendulum and swapping up some of the driving styles in it to basically give us some more options when going back and forth across the top of this move. So let's take a look at it. The basic elements of this are, of course, just a Triquetra versus pendulum. That is, so the Triquetra is actually a cap, and what we're doing here is we're trying to get the poi head to move straight up and down our center line as it goes across the top, and then we're kind of taking the bottom of a box mode 4-pedal anti-spin on the bottom. So as the poi comes straight down, you're getting in these 2 pedals next to each of your hip bones, like so. We want to think straight up, straight down, 2 pedals, straight up, straight down, 2 pedals. We, of course, are going to team this up with a pendulum, keeping our 2 hands together, because as it turns out, the timing of this is just perfect to be able to keep the poi moving around in what looks like split time same direction going across the top, and then switching into split time opposites on the bottom. Now, the real trick of this is that we can swap out the driving styles on top. So instead of performing that top part as what looks like the top part of a Triquetra, but is actually the top of a linear isolation, we can instead turn that into a point isolation. We can take that moment where the poi is going up the center, and rather than have it go all the way up, we pause it right about at body center and let our hand go up and over it, like so. And when we do that, personally, I think the way to accompany that is with the other hand performing a full extension. Now, the only trick here is that it makes the trick a little unstable, so I think that it works best when you're going back and forth between the 2 versions of the pattern, between the Triquetra versus the point isolation. But the cool thing about this is that technically we are also going back and forth between different varieties of pendulums, because that point isolation basically has the same characteristics as a pendulum. It just so happens to be that we have switched up whether it's the hand or the poi that is doing the majority of the movement going through it. So if you, like me, find this a fascinating twist on an old pattern, I hope that you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And finally, we do have to talk about pendulums as being an absolutely essential piece of pretty much any form of poi stacking. There is, of course, the butterfly 1.5 that we worked with earlier, wherein we can just kind of smush it down to being a vertical pattern, like so, or we can do the version that involves us getting these nice little stalls over to the side where we have a top stall and a pendulum meeting together. So the difference between these, of course, being that when I'm doing my butterfly 1.5, I am having the poi kind of switch past each other like so, versus if I'm going to add in an extra little beat here to try and make them meet up together on either side. Now, regardless of which of these patterns you would prefer to perform, I think that you get a lot out of mixing together both the difficulty of doing these top stalls as well as the kind of the degree of control that you need in order to maintain these pendulums, and getting the 2 to match up with each other, like so. Of course, another benefit of getting down these patterns is that you can take the top part of them and use it as a moment to do some float throws, like so. Either way, this is a winner, and I highly recommend it. Thank you. And hey, if you are up for more pendulum action, then you are in luck, because pendulums are the theme for the Flow Circle for the month of October. The Flow Circle is a weekly exclusive lesson that's available only to my Patreon supporters. And this month, the theme is pendulums and 1.5s. We'll be covering everything from how to perform pendulums in different timing and direction modes, to how to do all the different 1.5s that I know, and some wonderful exercises that'll help you master the art of being able to do transitions with pendulums in all the different ways. You can sign up for the Flow Circle over at patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. The first lesson is up now. And if you got anything out of this video, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to help other people find it, and of course, to help my channel grow. This video and all the videos on my channel would not exist were it not for my amazing supporters on Patreon. In particular, I'd love to give a huge shout out to my Flow patrons who are listed on screen right now. Thank you, y'all rock. And if you out there watching would like to support the work that I do, there's an easy way to do that. Head on over to Patreon at patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up. There you can get access to a whole host of awesome rewards, but even better than that, you'll be helping me out in my mission to bring poi spinning and flow arts to the whole wide world. So go check that out, please and thank you. And if you want to check out more pendulum-based poi patterns, I did an entire top 5 list on my favorite poi pendulum patterns that I'll go ahead and link to down in the description as well as up on screen. And yes, I can say that 10 times fast. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to get out and flow today, and I'll see you with a new video real soon. Take care now. Peace.